Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Sorry for the delay of the 30-some minute video, and I had to go. Had a prepping situation. We're talking about prepping. So, three of my moderators got together with me, and then some other moderators and others, and they emailed, they Zoomed me, and they Discorded me and everything else, and they said that they were royally pissed off at what's going on. Okay, they're like, look, boss, you need to tell someone that you're in charge. This is my channel. Okay. First of all, as my channel, school's in session, by the way, as my channel, I don't get paid, okay, to do content and cater to people. So, first of all, I want to be very clear when I talk about prepping, we're talking about ways to survive, okay? Bag of potatoes, bag of onions, you're good to go. Oh, and I better feed him again. He's hungry yet again. See? This is a way of asking for food. You see? He wants food. Hi. Hungry? So let's talk about prepping for a minute. So there's a few things people keep emailing me about, right? The preppers list is great. Preppers list is great. Preppers list needs to be modified. Preppers list. How many beers are left in this can? Okay, so I got 3 beers left. Alright, so we're not going to have any more beers. I had 2 beers already. I had my ribs. I want to talk to you guys about him dancing for food. So, one of the things I want to talk to you that won't take too long tonight as a prepper is this. When you are prepping, you need to take into account your food supplies. You need to take in how much you're going to be spending and how much you're going to eat. A lot of people are going to be so frugal that they're going to be buying the cheapest stuff possible. Always make sure you have plenty of food for your friends. Now you're thinking to yourself, but I don't want to support my friends. Not those type of friends. Your friends like this. See, look at this. There. So then, let me tell you what's going on, okay? There's a lot of people out there trying to push people to do things. Most of my moderators do their own things on their own time, okay? For example, I asked Brother Higgins for comparison, all right? Higgins made me laugh. He always makes me laugh, okay? Now, let me tell you a story, okay? Sometimes you just need to take a break, okay? Now, other times I do phone calls, I do emails, I'm getting questions about prepping, I'm getting more questions about prepping. What do I buy? What do I do? Yada, yada, yada. I'm always answering emails. So people think to me, oh, I'm playing Atari. I don't play Atari. Okay, I've explained this. I play Nintendo. Now, fortunately, Nintendo gives me these ideas to get these videos done for you, but I also have to bring out certain things, like the hamburger gravy discussion, the potatoes and onions, and literally, someone would just get off their ass and basically put their own house in order, quit barking orders with people. We wouldn't have this problem, you see, because some of these people, they're completely wrong, okay? They are literally wrong, okay? I got moderators saying, boss, you do enough for yourself. And then you got other people, I got moderators that's getting furious, all right? Chloe, of course, wanted to take care of the problem, but Chloe can't because apparently Chloe's banned. But point is, I do things in a time frame. The budget planners, the daily planners, the hourly planners, the 15-minute planners, and the 30-minute planners are calibrated so I can get more done in my day. Of course, as you guys can see, I'm kind of falling asleep. But let me tell you a story. While I'm sitting here trying to handle things, I'm also trying to, apparently, as 3 different moderators say, 5 actually, if you want to get technical, then I'm Chloe's caretaker. I got to basically manage Chloe's life in this life, that life, and she can't handle it herself. She can do shopping, but that's about it. She's too disabled. Then you got people asking me, what the hell are we doing? And that is, but not limited to, Chloe being Chloe. So people sit there and they say to me, well, when it comes to prepping, you need to prep. When it comes to prepping, you need to keep prepping. Fortunately, some people out there, the new preppers, don't realize you're on a time frame. So basically, the problem you have in this day and age and world is this. He's got plenty of water. As a prepper, you got to prep. All right. When I play my game, it's not just about farming. It's about prepping. It's like, buying the supplies you need to build your farm up, build your refrigerator up, everything you need, and hope like heck you have no problems. But you also got to do everyday tasks. Fortunately for me, people think it's lazy. Unfortunately, some people out there that are new to the prepping scene need to realize that they can't afford to go prep every freaking day like Mama Fanny. Mama Fanny's awesome. Fortunately, Mama Fanny ain't around. People are starting to ask me, where is our legendary Mama Fanny? She'll be around. Fortunately, a lot of you preppers out there need to sit there and say what's going on. I'll tell you, as a real deal person, you got to ask yourself, how much more shit are you going to deal or go on, you see? Most of you preppers out there need to realize you do what you can, all right? Let me put it this way. Let me tell you a story. There's mega preppers out there on YouTube. A lot of mega preppers are making a living, right? They use it as a business. So win, lose, or draw, you're paying for them. They got the subscribers. They sit there and say, oh, nuclear war is happening. Prep for it. I say nuclear war is an option if they decide to do it. Your main prepping, banking collapse. But there's people out there that email me out of concern. And they say to me, what's the point of prepping? We can't control the situation. So you get a choice. You prep, spend money, get your prepping gear in order, your family affairs in order. Or you don't prep, you hope like hell nothing happens. And then if nothing does happen, you tell the preppers we're full of crap. But then the preppers come up with some other grandiose con idea scheme, you see. I don't sit there and sugarcoat anything, all right? Thing is, you got to weigh the pros and cons to everything. Now, the reason I didn't get on till late this evening was for two reasons. All right, as a prepper myself, I was doing phone calls, I was handling. Probably got 35 to 45 minutes in my game. Then I had to eat, and then whatever. So I didn't play too much. But I've been so busy doing everything else. Not a lot of preppers have been asking questions like the preppers list has got a Roku. Roku's the cord cut. You can watch a lot of free movies on Tubi as long as they're not, then you have other issues. Also, you gotta always make sure your feet are clean and nothing's wrong. I gotta ask Chloe for a fresh pair of socks eventually. She knows where she put them. In the meantime, you gotta ask yourself, what is your plan? What is your goal? If your goal is just prep for emergencies and natural disaster, then get what you need and be done with it. But if you're a true prepper and one that needs to basically keep focusing, then you need to have more than just sit there and talk and bark orders and say, oh, get prepping. You know what? Preppers these days, we have plenty of prepping supplies. We got more prepping supplies than we need. But point is there's two types of preppers out there. There's the couch potato preppers that think about it and don't do anything. And then there's the emergency preppers that just do for emergency. And then there's the mega preppers that basically sit there and claim they're prepping, showing new prepping tools and new prepping ideas, new ideas. And yet at the same time, nothing's happened. Let me see if I can find a pair of fresh socks. Give me a second. All right, so let's talk. Okay. With war looming, World War III, possible nuclear war, we have to take that into account. But a lot of people aren't taking into account of many things. They're only thinking about the now and this. Now think of Christmas. People finance so much. Now they're in their debt in their ass. More finance, less and less. Right? So let's go over something I want to talk about. All right, so I'm looking over an email Higgins sent me, so give me a second. Now, a lot of people have asked me questions, right? All right, so a lot of people have asked me, um, all right, sorry about this. So, when you're prepping, you need to keep an eye on everything. Pricing is a must. Price goes up, price goes down, price goes up, right? But thing is people can only prep once. I repeat, once a week, once a month. Sometimes some people don't get enough money. The elderly. Let's talk about the elderly. The elderly, some of them want to prep. When they ask me, "How do you prep when you're on a fixed income?" Simple. If you got food stamps, stretch it out. 50% preps, 50% food. I mean, literally, you could live on stuff you don't like to eat. A lot of people are fixed in their ways. They like their bacon and eggs for breakfast and everything else, and they complain about pricing. Truth is, if you basically put your mindset to cut out your bacon, I use bacon for club sandwiches. Mm-hmm. If that doesn't work, well, I use bacon for that. I don't put it on. I don't make a fried bacon and egg sandwich. I actually use it for club sandwiches. That's it. So when you set a mindset to be cheap, you got to be cheap. Sometimes you have to be totally cheap. Sometimes you got to be real cheap. Sometimes you can afford a bit. It also depends on many factors. For example, you also got to look at like Higgins, for example. He uses the meat theory. He looks at it and says, "Oh, this has 19 grams of protein. Cool. That's what you want. Enjoy your meat." Some people sit there and say, "Well, how do we survive in a situation like this?" Well, two ways of doing it. You either walk down to the store and pay exuberant high prices, or you start pricing out everything that you want to buy meats. For example, I utilize Walmart for hamburger. I utilize stores for deals. I don't buy it if it's not on sale. So, that's where a lot of people don't think about it, and then I listen, like the meat man. No ham's going to be available at Easter time, so get it now. So I stocked up. Turkeys might not be available either. Bird flu's contaminating turkeys too, so think about it. What you got to do is you got to focus, right? Focus. If you're on a fixed income, then buy an item daily. Buy an item daily. And that's, buy what you can, but don't put yourself in the poorhouse. Utilize what you have, okay? When you're making a prep list, if you don't have a crank radio, buy crank radio. If you have a emergency backup radio system, use that. If you have, certain things, utilize it. Don't spend money foolishly unless you have to. Mm-hmm. That is one of the things, Now, I could sit here and preach and preach and preach. Now, I've made some foolish decisions in my life, yes, but certain items can be used as prepping tools as well. Like I was telling Zoe the other day, Swiss Army knife. Swiss Army knife will come in handy. Yeah, a Leatherman will come in handy. You don't need a giant boot knife like this or like this or like this unless you're going to be gutting a moose. All right. Thing is, you got to prep within reason. I mean, you can take and learn a skill like leather crafting, make yourself a sheath for a nice kitchen knife you have and carry that with you. You don't need to buy a new knife or buy this or buy that unless you truly have to. Thing is, we'll see what happens. Plain and simple. Truth of the matter is you got to make it last. Now, I know potatoes and onions won't last as long, so you eat your fresh stuff up and keep rotating your other stuff out. I mean, you can make potatoes and onions plenty of times. You can make French fries homemade. You can make hash browns with fresh potatoes. Thing is, you got to want to do it and be desired to save money. The key is to save money. So, that is what I want to tell you because, I want you guys to realize that when you're shopping for your preps, you want to make sure you get everything on a bargain. If it's not a bargain, you don't buy it. So you watch your registry at the register. If they say 2 for $6, turns out you're paying $7.95 for a bag of chips. Tell them, hey, this is 2 for $6. If they don't buy it, then don't buy it. Just say, I'm not buying that since it's not on sale then. Someone's got to put it back, but you know what? You save money. But do you really want to buy that bag of chips for prepping? No. A lot of people say, well, what about prepping crackers? Vince, what are you going to use with the crackers? You going to put it in your soup or put peanut butter on it? Each item you got to basically look at the cost. Long term, short term, and stuff that can get you by. Now, if you sit there and buy 20 bags of goldfish crackers, you better eat them all. Because frankly, I wouldn't buy that many goldfish crackers. That is like a treat. you got to also ask yourself what's a treat and what isn't a treat. Everything has to be enough. You can get pastas, meats, ramens, stuff, it'll last a lot longer than if you don't. Also, before you go out and buy cases and cases of food, sample stuff. Like I bought some soup the other day and I was like, either it was prepared wrong or they changed the texture and went with cheaper products. More likely, because there's supposedly a tomato shortage in this country, they got lower quality tomatoes for a soup. So tomato didn't. Mm-hmm. So eventually you might have to sit there and say, okay, I'm not buying soups because they don't taste right. And if that happens, you can always switch over to something else. You just got to look at your finances. I mean, literally, if you got to carry 12 cases of ramen, you'll survive with ramen, beans, and rice. And you can throw in some hamburger, too. You can make hamburgers, pot pies, hamburgers, whatever. Thing is you preppers need to realize that it's what you do. You have to have the mindset to set a goal and get it done. That's what I do in the behind. Why do you think I have goals sitting in here, huh? Preppers goals. And I got more planners and budget planners. Sometimes someone says, "Oh, you need a new phone." No, I don't. Phone screen might crack, right? Think I'm gonna keep using? Yeah, I use it for Google Voice and Discord, but that's about it. Otherwise, I ain't using it for anything else because right now some stuff's tight. Some say, "Oh, go buy a new phone." Why? This works. $15 a month. Why should I need anything more? Well, everyone needs their $1,500, $1,600 credit financed phones. People need to realize some things are easier to be simpler. Now, texting kind of sucks on it, but you get my point. As a prepper, you must save money, and that's what you got to do. If you want a smartphone, go for it. You want it. As long as the internet holds, get yourself a Google Voice. Internet goes out, have other plans. Yeah. Always put other plans in prep. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting together a compilation of videos, topics to tell you how to survive up to World War III, nuclear war, or banking crash. And then afterwards, I'm putting together videos to help you get through the trying times. I'm not here to be dictating to about what I need and not do. I'm doing a better job than most people, trust me. A lot of people don't like it. But you know what? A lot of people don't have that choice for prepping. So, some people are different. Some people, I got a review to tell you. I got a couple of reviews coming out. So, as you probably are well aware, I got a message this morning. I didn't talk about it. Zoe is sending me a couple gallons of chocolate syrup by Hershey. So, I got to wait for that to come. So, it'll be interesting to see my chocolate syrup coming. So I will be reviewing it, putting some in chocolate milk, putting some in coffee. And it's a staple, And it is a Valentine's present. She said chocolate, And you know what? It's hard to find even chocolate syrup on this where I live. So you got chocolate milk shortage, you got a strawberry milk shortage, you got a chocolate shortage, and you have a chocolate liquid syrup shortage, hot fudge shortage, and other things. So you got to ask yourself, this is why I prep for you guys. I'm telling you what's running out. And I'm viewing other moderators' videos to make sure we get the right content for you. And then I spend time with other preppers who's putting together their own prepping list. And they're I'm telling you to prepare. Think of Article 5 of NATO. Google it. Look for banking collapse. Okay. I saw a video, that needs to be addressed. Mother Pee Wee sent it. Basically, and Mother Pee Wee, and others keep me informed. She's an awesome prepper. Yeah, she's like prepping as best she can. And then you have Mother Fanny, who's not around. Higgins is a great prepper. I'm a great prepper. And then Zoe. Thing is, we all have to do our things in our own time. Let's just put it this way. Zoe had $10 million. She'd have all preps tomorrow morning. Fanny, she buys every day, or nearly almost every day. We don't know what happened. Then you have Higgins. He's buying what he can, but his freezer is filling up. His storage space is filling up. Then you have me. I live in a 2-bedroom. I have limited space. I'm doing what I can. Then you have others, but we all are prepping monthly. Some are prepping every 2 weeks, like maybe Mother Fanny, or every day for Fanny, every 2 weeks for Mother Pee Wee, but we're doing our jobs. As a prepper, point being is you have to do what you can. You have to budget and you have to plan carefully. Even Chloe's now realizing shit's gonna hit the fan. Why? There's a video. When the government can't pay its bills, they got to make a decision. Bondholders, VA, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, SSDI, SSI, Social Security Retirement, Social Security Survivors, or bondholders. Think about it. They say Social Security is mandatory. Or it could be a Social Security freeze, and then everyone's going to be making a rush to the banks. Think about it. I want you to do your homework tonight. This is your homework before I leave, okay? That is. Zoe and I talked about this too. What would happen for the Pee Wees and the Higgins and the Ritas and Chloes and anyone on any government benefits? Well, let's see. If the cell phone program is not mandatory, they'll cut it. The free internet is not mandatory, they'll cut it. If the food stamps ain't mandatory and it's discretionary spending, they'll cut it. And they even asked, what would happen if the bills ran out and they had to choose current military, active military, or retirees, or cutting out active military, retired veterans, Social Security, survivors, retirement, SSI. You're going to have a lot of world of hurt. And this is where I come in to tell you, get your fucking house in order, because this shit ain't going to get any better. It's going to get worse. And while you guys stand around and sit there and dictate and throw names and throw things out there, I'll tell you the truth. Truth is this. Truth nuggets is this. I work behind the scenes. I sleep 4 to 5 hours a night. I'm running constantly, computers, everything I can to maintain and analyze. Intel people coming to me. Moderators coming to me. I give projects to certain people I trust, like Higgins. Truth of the matter is, we all got to do our part. And if we're not doing our part, then some people are part of the fucking problem. Because there's people out there that, like me, that's working behind the scenes prepping. And then there's the other fucking people out there that's the couch potato preppers. All talk, no bite, no bark, nothing. Then you have the other situation people that think shit hits the fan, government's gonna bail them out. Well, the gravy train's left the station, people, and ain't coming back. You guys gotta pull your ass together, get your head out of your ass, and basically move your ass boots, because it's not going to be easy. It's going to get worse. That's the truth. Move your ass boots. Because at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, what's more important? Family, yourself, or both? I've given you so many different ideas to cut cords for streaming services, to free services, to what you need. I've given you so many ideas. Hamburger helper, backup hamburger, hot dogs, cheap hot dogs, stuff like that. There's a way around. If you want hot dogs, for example, and you have the meat, you don't have the buns, buy yourself a little pan that makes hot dog buns. It's simple. You can make bread, you can make buns, you can make donuts, you can make many things, but you have to want to. And then, as I forgot, there's the people that think the government will back them up and bail them out if a SHTF situation. Let me put it to you this way: if nuclear war happens, most of your elected officials and the ones you think will bail you out is going to be in a bunker somewhere, and you're going to be basically eating a dirt sandwich if you survive. And if the entire banking collapse hits, a lot of them are going to be suffering too. But again, they'll be in bunkers or, So, but don't buy things you don't have a use for, or don't buy things that is short term, like candy. Buy long term: noodles, flour, cooking seasonings. Get it while you can. As time goes on, you're going to see more and more stuff gone and no way to restock it, because people are not going to want to work when they got nuclear war looming over their head or banking collapse. Now, some people say, the hopefuls, that the people in the world will get through this because God's with them. That's true. Maybe God wants you to learn cash on the barrel. Or maybe God wants to punish the greedy. And to do that, he's got to purify us all. Think about it. Think of it from my point of view. What you have, you hold on to. What you don't have, you don't hang on to. In the meantime, I love all of you. Just remember, government ain't here to bail you out. They're there to bail themselves out. If they have to, they'll sell you a river to survive. You're the ones that's going to be eating the dirt sandwich. So, think of it. Or, as Higgins would joke, the wish sandwich, where it's 2 pieces of bread and you wish you had meat. Think about it. I'm here to plead again. I beg you to prep. I beg you to get your act together. There's a lot of mega preppers out there making a living off of this. I joke all the time about things, but you know what? Truth is, I'll tell you what Zoe said. Zoe made a statement the other day. I do this as a hobby for you guys because it's something to do. I don't have to do it. I'm not getting fucking paid to do this. But I beg you again to get your act together. You see me begging for money? No. I make jokes about gift cards, but I'm not asking. What I'm telling you now, I'm telling you and I'm ordering you to do is to get your act together and get your house in order. Because when it happens, it happens. But there's those hopefuls to think that mega preppers are dumb, right-wing extremists are dumb, and that everyone revolves around gays, lesbians, bis, trans people. In case of an emergency, keep on prepping. That's all you can do. You need to pick up a shovel and start digging, because it ain't gonna get any easier. You got to pull your own weight. Government ain't gonna pull your weight for you, and you got to survive. If you don't survive, and you're one of these hopefuls that think Republicans will flinch or the Democrats will flinch, they're not gonna budge. You can hope till the cow. You can turn blue and hope till the cows come home. It's still be blue in the face because it ain't gonna happen. You got to prep, and you need to prep now. Otherwise, it's gonna be worse. Worse as worse can be. Now, I'm gonna tell you a story. He's always right. I don't get paid for this. You want to make a prepper? You want to hear them talk about nuclear war, or this or that, or the Great Reset? Go for it. We know the Great Reset's coming. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. While you guys donate super chats to people, money you don't have, to give some guy something because he's giving you some advice. My advice to you is hold on to every fucking dime you fucking have. And don't listen to some people that think that, this person or that person's being fucking frugal or not spending anything. I spend near more than enough. These police are going to the hospital all the time. And that's a weird thing, Every night for the last 4 days, hospital. Point is, I'm going to be talking to you guys soon again about my other hobby. Scanners. But I'm also going to be talking to you when the packages come in. I got a tripod coming so I can use professional cameras to show you how to prep some of our favorite foods, like fried potatoes and onion, which is a staple. How to make hamburger gravy. What tomorrow's plan? Spreadsheets. So I'll be live doing spreadsheets with you all and talking to you about more about prepping. But because it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm tired as hell and I've been up 13 plus hours doing this job, I think a movie's in order. I don't argue with me about movies because to me, I don't give a shit what you think about. All I'm saying is for anyone who wants to be a dictator, tyrant, think again, because frankly, I don't put up with it. And two is I'm doing my fucking job better than most people. I'm telling you guys what needs to be done. The reason I didn't do the video earlier tonight is there was no content. Think of it this way. Someone messaged me asking me a truth nugget tonight. And I must have spent 6 hours trying to explain the truth nugget. So let me explain it to you in simple, easy terms for you fucking shitbirds out there. The news is giving you what you want to, what you don't want to see. For example, massive shooting in Iowa, massive shooting in California, massive this. Nothing on Ukraine except for NATO's at war with each other, loggerheads for tanks. Is that news? No. They're not talking about what's going to happen with the banking collapse. They don't talk about much. They say, oh, Dow Jones went up, Dow Jones went down. It goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. People say, oh, well, it's doing well, so we shouldn't have any problem. It went up 254 points, so it's resetting itself. That's because of fake news. Truth is, unless you see that they're bracing for the Federal Reserve to raise the interest rates again. And they'll say, go, work its way up, and then work its way up. See, it's like a teeter totter. I see a sawhorse, scales, whatever. Point is, think about it. You shitbirds need to fucking basically keep on prepping. Why is there no news? Because they don't want to show you the real news. What's happening behind the scenes with the banking collapse. Let me tell you what I think. Not any misinformation, just a theory. Both parties know they're going to collapse and reset the bank. To do it, they got to be at loggerheads with each other. But behind closed doors, they can be buddy-buddy about this. Who suffers? You, the people. They don't give a shit about others except themselves. Basically, what they're trying to do is, like Higgins said, bankrupt the country. Wipe the debt clean, like in bankruptcy. But that brings down the entire world's economy, too. Secondly, why are we in Ukraine? Grain. That's all it is. It's about grain. Maybe the United States wants Russia for themselves once they clean Russia's clock so they can have the oil. Who knows what countries are what? Point is, there's so many theories out there, conspiracies. We don't know them all. But when you look at CNBC, Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, Newsmax, OEN, etc., there's nothing. You hear things like, oh, Biden's going to resign. Maybe, maybe not. Thing is, only time will tell. In the meantime, are you going to fucking sit there and be a fucking couch potato sitting in front of your computer watching YouTube vids about this guy making money on theories that Biden's going to resign, or you going to sit, get your head out of your ass, prep, or you going to sit around and eat bonbons all day, watch TV, and hope like hell and pray that they raise the deficit, so they raise the spending cap limit of their credit, so they can buy more crap, and two is so you can have your Social Security. The Social Security gravy train's about to leave in 5 to 6 months, not including the veterans gravy train that you earned. Every one of you earned it. It is a mandatory entitlement, but they found a way to cut it by letting the cap not get raised. You don't see any money. I mean, literally, this is the time to prep. When you have no money, then you're going to be hurting worse. So think about it. Your homework tonight, I want you to think, chew on this, chew the fat, but ask yourself, what are you going to do if you have no money? What if this is like Back to the Future 3, point of no return? Think about it. While you sit there and you wag your fingers, I'm telling you the damn truth. So, it's time for me to do a movie and relax. I'll be up tomorrow to do a video for you while doing spreadsheets, because Tuesday I won't be doing any Discord or other issues. As you can see, my little buddy's got his little mouth moving. Fat little guy he is, but I love him dearly. He's my friend. So think about it. Ask yourself the other question in your homework. What are you prepping for? I'll tell you several reasons I'm prepping. 1, higher prices. In case of massive recession before depression. Prepping so I don't starve because of higher prices and depression. 3 is banking collapse, no money. And 4th, World War III or nuclear war. Next is a few questions you got to ask yourself in your prepper's arsenal, part of your homework. You have no money. What's the government going to do for you for your rent, your heat, your electricity, your water, your garbage, your sewer, your internet, your phone? Think about that. They won't help you. Wait, some of you people think, liberal pussies think that they will. Truth is, they won't. Only way you're going to see the great reset happens is if they come up with a new plan and a new FDR deal to make things work. That said, thanks for watching. Think about it. Get your head out of your ass. Start prepping. That's an order. You heard it from Mama Polar Bear herself. I don't want any lips and I don't want any back talk. Get her done, because this is not going to be good. You can watch the mega preppers. They're selling crap to you. You can see me. I put together a preppers list that you can basically be proud of. Moderators are all put together with me. We are a unit and we are a team. We're like the special commando crack force for prepping. If you don't prep now, eventually you're going to go past the point of no return. School is out, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please add, subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions. Hit the like, subscribe button. So it's fun for your family, including your dogs, cats, bunnies, service dogs, service bunnies. Hit the bell notification. Hit the new thumbs up button, subscribe button, like button, and keep the comments nice. All we ask. Thank you, everyone. And God bless you in everything you do. And prep like your life depends on it. Because point of no returns coming up shortly.